Hello, guys. This is Trading Session Signals. Trading Signals, episode 7 of my coding session series. Um, yeah, today in this episode, what we're going to do is to debug a little bit to see why we are seeing that trading bots that are emitting signals are running slowly. And if we figure that out quickly, then we move on to synchronizing the trading bots that are sending signals with the trading bot that are receiving signals. Okay, so the problem, we have seen it in several episodes before, that this is running like slow. So what I'm going to do to see what is going on, I'm going to first we're going to go through the code at the point where the signals are emitted, the signals are sent. So we're going to take one of these cases, and we are going to follow the code there. Here, for example, at the trigger on. So we will run the strategy, wait for it to stop there. Um, Sorry, I'm forgetting to switch here. Here at the trading stage, at this point is where we are going to see. We are going to stop it and follow it from there. So let's do it. I will need a network node to be running, but I got one running already here. Okay. And then I got the platform running. So I just need the Visual Studio Code with the task server running. That is what I'm going to do now. So I run this, and then I can debug from here. So this will connect to the network node, and it's not going to go much further until I run the session. Okay, run the session. And just sit and wait. There is a bug, a little bit annoying when you run the session, that it shows an error there. Hopefully somebody fixed that. It doesn't make any harm, but it's just annoying to see it every time. While debugging especially, it flashes an error there. Okay, so this is a breakpoint from before. We let it run. So here we are. So mm, every place where we are broadcasting signals is coming through this function here. It's doing all this stuff. Then it's sending the signals via this message. So the first thing I'm going to do, okay, it would be nice to measure probably what I can do is to measure, because there are two ideas in my head. One is to comment this line and see if it improves a lot. Then it would means that the problem is from here onwards. Um, Maybe I do that before going into another technique that would be to measure the time that it took to execute, because I don't really want to enter into detail. I want to know what is going on. So the execution with this uncomment, we've seen it in the videos before this one, in the previous episodes. Um, I want to make sure. Give me a second, please. I want to make sure that we are on the right episode number. Yes, 7. Okay. So I'm going to I'm going to just run this and watch. Um, 1 second. To run it, I have to first stop it. Run it again. Come here, hit debug, wait for it to connect to the node, and then I can run the session. I mean, here. Okay, so we don't need this to stop here now. It looks quite slow anyway. But the problem is when you run inside the Visual Studio Code, it's very slow anyway. So I'm gonna do the test outside the IDE. Let me just stop this. Okay. Okay. So I will run it uh, at Node.js directly to see if I can see a difference with what we were seeing before. Okay. Well, yeah, it's quite fast. Okay, maybe I will put some timer so to check out how long that it actually takes. So I'm going to come here to the simulation, look for the loop here, and do that, something like this. Let initial time equal new date. There you go. And when it's finished, we will do a final time. And by the way, maybe I leave this here because it might be useful to. Oh my god, how many times I have to do this? So the we're going to log it at the console for now. Um, I guess the calculation would be final time less initial time. Um, so these are milliseconds minus milliseconds. So if we multiply this by 1000, then it's seconds. Okay. Um, so I will put here simulation run in seconds. Okay. So is this running? Yes, it is. So we're going to stop it. We will stop it and run it again. Okay. There it goes. Oh, I'm trying to see if this. Okay, if you run it too soon, then it gets overlapped with the sequence of stopping. So that's why it didn't work. So I run it again. Okay, now it's running the task. Now we run the session. It looks something is wrong. Unexpected error caused process to stop. Most likely it didn't like what I wrote there. Run simulation. Yeah. So I don't know what I was doing. This function is should be outside here. Here. The same. This one should be here. Okay. So is this still running? Probably not. So here it goes. And here it goes. Oh. Okay. I ran the session too early. Remember, the session is an event we send, and if there is no listener to that event, then it's just going to go into the void. The problem with this is that doesn't recover well. There are some stuff that are needing some improvement. So if you are new to SuperAlgos and would like to contribute, here are some opportunities. You have this bug when you run the session, it flashes red. You have also this case that I ran the session and the event was not being listened, so it got stuck here, and I had to stop the session, the task itself. So that would be great if somebody fixed that. Okay, so here we go again. Now I'm going to run this. When this label appears, waiting for whatever, it means that you can run the session. And there it should work. Okay. So this is the time. We're going to measure the time that it takes with that comment that we set. Remember that we comment something outgoing trading signals here. Okay. So we'll measure the time of the first day. Should appear somewhere here. Hmm. So this is our number. Let's turn it off. But I'm not sure that I did it well because I multiply by 1,000 instead of dividing it by 1,000. So it really took 28 seconds. The first day, the second day, probably less than a second. Okay, so 28 seconds with that commented line. 28 seconds. It's quite a lot. Um, so we're going to divide by 1,000. 28 seconds. Almost 29. Okay. Um, okay. This is the first measure I wanted to do. I will do a second one. I will do it um, putting this back again. Putting this back again. So we'll measure the time. Here it goes. Wait for the label. Run the session. Yeah, it looks slower. So this is going into the network node and waiting for the network node to receive the receive each of the signals and respond. Yeah, the network node is running at Node.js. It's not on Visual Studio Code, so it's as fast as it can be. I wonder how many signals I'm sending during the whole day. Remember, this is not going to be the real life situation, right? It's like the real life situation, we will be sending one candle of signals per minute. In this case, this is a back test, so it's really not a reference for what is going to have in live. In live, all these 28 seconds are going to be spread across one full day of 24 hours. So I'm not really very much worried about this performance. I just wanted to know what was going on. Okay. So, okay, we can see that when it goes through the node is 97 seconds. So 3 times more than my previous test. I'm going to do a return here. I'm going to return from here in the last test. That is just before we sign this, because my guess is that what slows things down is signing these messages. Okay, so signing is something that is expensive, but we will see if that is true. So we got here how much? 97. Yeah, more than 3 times. The other one was almost 30 seconds. Okay, the task is stopping. Um, let's run the task. Wait for the label. Run the session. Yeah, it looks it's going to be even faster. Okay, 11 seconds, so 1/3. So when there are no signatures, it takes 11 seconds to process the whole day. When we are signing 2 times each message with 2 different identities, it takes 3 times more, which is quite a lot, because in this 11 seconds is the whole execution of everything. And so that means that it's 20 seconds of execution just signing. Okay, just signing. So signing is very expensive. And when we send it to the node, there is also the operation to recover from the signature the the blockchain account. So that might be also expensive. So this is good to take into account, because it's good to be using signatures, but it's also good to know that it is expensive. Okay, so this is the end of the test. That's as far as I'm going to go with this topic. Okay. The next thing to do is going to be the next things we are going to do is to synchronize the bot that is sending the signal with the bot that is receiving the signal. So uh, we will do that in the next episode. So because I can expect it's going to take some time to do that stuff. So we are going to do an episode for that. And well, this was about clarifying what was delaying a little bit this execution. And now we know that signatures are expensive to produce and most likely to recover too, to verify. but it doesn't really worry me because for live trading we will be placing signals at each execution, but not that many, like in this case where we are backtesting one full day in candles of 1 minute. So we are processing 1,400 candles as fast as we can. So this is it for now. Thank you for watching, and follow me in the next one if you want to learn how we are going to synchronize the bot sending the signals with the bot receiving the signals. Okay, see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.